Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made this balloon string banner that I just showed you. I did it kind of as a twist on those really popular balloon strings that I've been seeing everywhere that are multicolored and crazy huge, but I wanted to do a banner obviously because this was a surprise engagement. So I opted to just leave the middles empty and do my banner in there, but if you just did it without words and just did balloons all the way across, it does turn out to be just like those kind of viral balloon strings that everybody's been posting about. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I did this. I did it all by myself. It's pretty simple, but it is time consuming for sure, especially if you do it alone. All in all, I would say this ended up taking me about 6 hours by myself, but if you had help, I think it would definitely go faster, especially in terms of blowing up the balloons. So I'm gonna roll this footage and show you guys how I made this project. Here are the supplies I ended up using. I used a pack of 100 12-inch balloons from Amazon in the color white. I used this handheld air pump, which I honestly don't recommend. I got it on Amazon and it came in a pack of 2 and one of them was broken. So that's not a product that I would recommend. Then I used this just ribbon, black ribbon from Joann that I pre-cut into 7 feet pieces. And then I ended up using fishing wire to tie my balloons to that black ribbon, but you can also use that really thin white ribbon type from Joann, and then of course just scissors to cut the string. I ended up using 3 different sizes of balloons, small, medium, and large, and I just blew them up to be different sizes. You can definitely utilize a wider variety of sizing, but that's just what I used for mine. Then I just went ahead and started blowing up all the balloons that I needed to make my banner. Another great way to add variation into this project in other ways besides the different sizes of balloons is to use different color balloons. I think the different colored ones look really nice, but this was for an engagement, so I thought that just doing white would be really nice. But I have seen a lot of them that are multicolored and each size is a different color balloon, and I think those look really nice as well. And I just found this handheld pump kind of hard to use, and this was obviously the most time-consuming thing that I ran into, and this would have gone a lot faster had I had somebody helping me, for sure. You can also use electric air pumps as well if you have a ton of balloons to blow up, but the handheld one worked fine. I just wouldn't recommend it, and I probably won't use it again in the future if I do this project again. Once I had all of my balloons blown up, I ended up tying them together into chunks to tie onto the master string, as I'll call it. You can tie them on one by one, but I found it was easier to tie them into these chunks of 3 and then tie them on together in each chunk, and this is why I used fishing wire, since it's very hard to see. It's like basically see-through, and I obviously left, as you can see, a long tail on the end of the fishing wire on each chunk of balloons because fishing wire is really kind of hard to maneuver, so I wanted the longer tails to start off with to make it easier to tie onto the longer black ribbon that I was using. And then I just went ahead and cut off the excess when I was done. The next thing I did was tape the black ribbon to 2 chairs and put them across from each other so that I had this nice little area where I could tie the balloons onto, and made it a lot easier to maneuver that way. So I just went ahead and tied on each chunk, and I didn't tie them super tight because I wanted to be able to slide them up and down the string and kind of place them exactly where I wanted them to go. And once they were on there, I kind of just rotated them around so that I had balloons of different sizes next to each other. And again, if you do this with multiple colors, you might want to twist it around as well to get some colors next to different ones. Then of course I did the same thing to the other side, and this is how it turned out. I figured once it was actually hanging on the window, I'd be able to make any further adjustments, so this was kind of just the preliminary placement. I ended up using 9 balloons for each side. Obviously, it didn't go all the way across. If you wanted to go all the way across, you'd probably need 3 more or maybe even 4 more sections of balloons. Then I created these little things out of some stems of greenery that I got at Joann and some gold ribbon. I thought it would look really nice to tie these onto the balloon ribbon to kind of break up all the white. If you have multiple colored balloons, you might not need to do this, but if you have one color, it's definitely nice to add some accents. This ribbon right here is wire ribbon, so it stayed curled like that. The other ribbon I had, I did curl myself, and then just have these, and I figured once I tied it to the window, I'd be able to tie all these little decorations on in each section of balloons. And this is, of course, how it ended up turning out. Like I said, once it was hung up, I did make a few little adjustments, added a couple more balloons to some gaps, but I am really happy with the way that it turned out. It looked really nice hung up, and I'm happy that I utilized the greenery and the ribbons to kind of break up all of the white balloons. But here is, of course, the final look. So that's it for today, you guys. I really hope you try this yourselves, especially for some quarantine birthdays where most of us wouldn't be celebrating as much as we normally would. It's nice to have at least some really fun decorations if you are going to be having a little get-together for a friend or family. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the support, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!